Welcome back, guys, to the Mountain Dew Race Series Season 4. Round 17 is upon us today here at the Kentucky Speedway for the running of the Quaker State 400. Now, I went to this race personally, and I enjoyed it, and now you guys get to enjoy this track as well. We had a somewhat calm race last week at Sonoma. We saw points leader Sean Henley pick up his first career victory and pad his points lead just a little bit more. But we're off the road course from Sonoma. We make our trip all the way back over here to Sparta, Kentucky, my home track, and we are here and ready to go racing. Our front row is two Red Bull Racing teammates, Jack Richards and Jason Marshall. Jack Richards came in this race 7th in the points standings with no wins, and he only has 15 points ahead of 10th place Red Bell, so this could be crucial for him. Trent Dunham made the catapult from 20th in points to 13th in points, put him back in wildcard contention with Aaron Williams. They were tied, so they both got them. And Trent's like they're starting third right there, as you see. Matthew Rodriguez is 4th, and then you got Ralph Green, Jacob Rodriguez, 3rd in the standings. Barney Ward, who dropped to 20th. Last spot to be eligible for a wild card, but he needs to have a good race today. He is carrying the color of the Quaker State, the sponsor of the race. Mike Becker as well, a wild card contender, right ahead of him in 19th in points. And then you got Connor Breeden and Taylor Orndorff, a couple drivers looking for a good run. But we're not going to hold you any longer. We got 41 laps around the Kentucky
Drivers,
Speedway.
start your engine!
We got a good driver, we got a good pit crew.
Alright boys, this is underway. What's going to pay off for us today? Just pace and consistency. Good smooth racing on the racetrack, and that's what will take us up to the front. We'll be there at the end of this thing.
As you hear the chatter, the field goes by. Here's your starting lineup for today. It's Quaker State 400 here at Kentucky Speedway. Alright, we are back from the starting grid. Jack Richards, Jason Marshall, Red Bull Racing, front row. Waiting for that Chevy Camaro pace car to go to pit road as it makes that left hard turn down pit road. See the photography in the crowd. The picture being taken under the lights here at Kentucky Speedway. The Quaker State 400 is green here, and we are racing. Jack Richards got a great start on Jason Marshall, who might have not gotten a good start at all. And here comes Trent Dunham and Ralph Green. We're off the back going to trying to get around him for 2nd and 3rd. There's Barney Ward, who love to win for Quaker State today. As Jack Richards got a huge jump here at the start of this race. See if this high side works. Trent Dunham has a mirror full of Jason Marshall, who's all over him. Jack Richards will get a bonus point, a huge bonus point, as Trent Dunham uses the apron and gets a huge run on Jack Richards. Here comes Dunham. Jason Marshall trying to work the high side, and Matthew Rodriguez trying to get around him. And here comes Jason Marshall. He switches lanes on Trent Dunham, but the bottom lane does not work over here in this corner. You have to let up for the driver up top, and Marshall's going to cross him 3rd now to Matthew Rodriguez. He comes the ball back into 4th between the Rodriguez brothers. Jacob goes high, try to avoid Jason. Here comes Taylor Orndorff. Good run so far in the early part of this 91 car today. The top 3 are trying to pull away. 3 good friends, Jack Richards, Trent Dunham, and Matthew Rodriguez, are trying to pull away from the field. Ralph Green and Connor Breeden get together. Ralph Green continues on. Barney Ward might have got a piece of it. Well, they continue on. Connor Breeden got the worst end of that deal, though. Barney Ward's off the pace. I don't know if he's trying to get back up speed or he really got damaged. Look at this line of cars on the apron. They're like bump drafting each other almost through these corners. Ralph Green, he was a loser on that deal right there, him and Barney Ward. He started in the top 5, and now he's back. He came across the line in 22nd position in that 28 car. Not what he needed. Go back up. Good separating. There's our points there. Sean Henley, he's already up to 11th. He might be even higher up. Let's check this time by. He's still 11th, I believe. Charles Jackson have a good top 10 run. Tim Fralick as well. There's Mike Becker, Steven Gonzalez, Taylor Orndorff, Jacob Rodriguez, Jason Marshall, Matthew Rodriguez, Trent Dunham, and Jack Richards right now. These first few cars pulled away from the field. Top 18 cars. Oh, and Brody Banta, Dylan Poteet have wrecked. Oh, there's another wreck. Oh, and Aaron Williams involved. Barney Ward. There goes Connor Breen and Ralph Green. I think that was payback. Randy Carpenter in the field is coming up here. Brody Banta, Dylan Poteet. Look out. Michael Crosby was in it. Zohar Mudd. James McLeod's in it. Second in the points. Jessica Lawrence, Theo Stiegel. There's Randy Carpenter on pit road. Aaron Reed's in it. One of the wildcard contenders. Aaron Williams as well. Connor Breeden, Barney Ward, another wildcard contender. This could take him out of the top 20 in points. There's Danny Wells back here. Danny Wells, does he have damage? Rear end damage on the 60. Oh, Ralph Green. A tough break for him. He just already had problems, and Connor Breeden ran into him afterwards. I think that was payback. These cars look like they survived up here. I don't see anybody else with damage. Only took us about 5 laps into the race to have a big one. The top 7 or 8 are still pulling away from the rest of the field. Everybody's content to stay single file right now, which is kind of odd. Nobody's getting much of a run on each other, but I don't think anything else has happened. We'll have to go back and check those couple of wrecks. We'll go back and check out the first incident between Ralph Green and Connor Breeden. Here's the replay. Alright, it's a hard angle to see this wreck. Connor Breeden is coming up on Ralph Green, trying to find the best angle. Ralph's going to come up in front of Connor Breeden. Breeden's going to hook Ralph into the wall, and Ryan Duke's going to hook a fellow driver, Toyota driver, Connor Breeden. Ralph Green smacks the wall. Barney Ward smacks the wall. Connor Breeden does as well. Ryan Duke continues on. They actually all continue on after this. Connor Breeden does a 360, keeps going. That's what happened there. And something right here happened between Dylan Poteet and Brody Banta. Part of that, I think that line of drivers drafting together. I think it happened over this corner. Did Danny Wells get in the back of Dylan Poteet? Maybe keep it on the 55 and the 78. I don't know if it even happened this lap. Maybe it was this corner. Something happened to the 78. Guess I still don't see it. I must have lost track of how many laps it was into it. Oh, there it was. I was right at it. I thought the 55 had a piece of it. Daryl Parsons on the outside of his teammate Cody Lamas. They're stuck behind Ralph Green, who might be slow. Daryl Parsons tried to go under Brody Banta, and he gets into the quarter panel of the Furniture Row Racing 78. He's going to go up and smack the wall, and Dylan Poteet had nowhere to go. Aaron Reed gets a piece of it right there. They saved it though. Dylan Poteet and Brody Banta hard in the wall. And then, up here, a big one happens. Oh, Zohar Munn got hit by Randy Carpenter. They got together. James McLeod, first one right there in the incident. He hits Randy Carpenter. Ryan Acosta, I think, avoided. Michael Causey's against the wall. Zach Carlson, he got a piece of it. Adrian Becker, there's where Ralph Green gets in it. And we go back a little bit. I don't know if they wrecked up ahead. Oh, Aaron Williams got hit by Jessica Lawrence, but he ran to the 12 car first. Michael Causey was there too, so 20 had nowhere to go. Barney Ward's in it. There's Theo Stiegel. Aaron Reed runs to the back of Danny Wells. Look at Barney Ward flip. And Jessica Lawrence. Barney Ward's up in the fence. Aaron Williams and Michael Causey just went over to the 5 car. Wasn't what he was wanting to see today. And up ahead, Danny Wells, James McLeod get together. Daryl Parsons get a piece of James McLeod. Aaron Reed already had a piece of it. And then the surprising part was this: Connor Breeden plows in the back of Ralph Green. That was definitely intentional. But racing's racing, I guess. There, the other drivers go by. But that's all that happened right there, all in one big replay. Woohoo! Saved me some time. And we're gonna go back to live action now, and I'll update the field in a couple of laps. It'll take a couple laps for it to loop through and everything. So we'll be back as Jack Richards. He's nowhere to be found. There he is. Jack Richards, your leader. Trent Dunham is second. And we are back. And looking through the field right now, Connor Breeden probably will be dropping out of the race. Jessica Lawrence, Theo Stiegel, Aaron Williams, big hit for him, as well as Aaron Reed. Both Aaron took bad hits today in points. Daryl Parsons, James McLeod, it's going to hurt him, but he has a little bit of a cushion, so he probably can have a mulligan. He needs a win, though. Michael Crosby, Randy Carpenter, there's Connor Breen, he dropped out of the race. Barney Ward is out of the race, as well as Ralph Green. Zohar Munn is 2 laps down. So a lot of people took hits today in points. There's Dylan Pote. He will be ahead of these leaders. Not long from now, they're going to catch him and Brody Vanta. They're up the field. There's Danny Wells. Came in here 8th in the point standings with 0 wins. He's running 28th. Didn't need that at all. Captain Zohar Munn. Ooh, look out. With Adrian Becker. Becker was Zach Carlson. He's in 26th. Not a good run for the 21 car either. Zach came in here 9th in the point standings, but he does have a win, but he doesn't want to have to fall back on that win. Pretty long. Eric Burton came in 19th in the points. Or actually, no, it wasn't 19th. Eric came in here 18th in the points. There's a lot of guys with wins between 11th through 20th, and Eric's one of them. Ever since he won at Texas earlier on the season, he has struggled. Seth Cole, 4th in the standings, I believe, came in here. He is 23rd right now. Ryan Jukes, that's the car that won last season with Matt Richards. Ryan Jukes in the car that won last year here. But he's not running that good today, 22nd. Ryan Acosta, Seth Cole, as we already said, Dylan Young, Matt Wells, and they separate. Here's Reb Bell. Reb Bell's in the worst spot out of anybody right now. She's on the hot seat right now. Reb Bell, 10th in the point thing. Wasn't even 5 races ago, I think she was the points leader. That's how much this 4 car struggled. Red Bull Racing in general has struggled. But her teammate Jack Richards up ahead, and Red's right now 18th, and it's okay day, but not what she was looking for. There's Liam Ervig, he's still trying to get his first good run really in the 17 car. Jessica Miller, James Qualls, still looking for his first win of the season in the 6 car. James is trying to find some luck. He's in 15th right now behind Emilio Navarrete. Interesting stat about Emilio since he took over the 1 car. 4 out of his 5 races he's gotten a top 10 since he took over this 1 car. That's pretty impressive. He's running 14th right now. He's trying to make it 5 for 6. He got in a wreck at Michigan that really cost him his chance to keep that streak going. But Emilio has a good chance to do that again. There are slow cars up ahead. They've caught the slow car Dylan Poche. Taylor Orndorff got kicked to the high side. Mike Becker trying to get around Dylan as well. Steven Gonzalez on the bottom. I think the leaders mainly got through. Matthew Rodriguez still in 3rd behind Trent Dunham and Jack Richards, who has led every lap so far. Jason Marshall's now in 4th, still having a good run. Taylor Orndorff in 5th place. Haven't got to see his name much this season. Good to see that 91 car running well out of the Evernham team. That organization, besides Dylan Young, has struggled this season. Mike Becker was on another one of the high points, but he struggled. He's trying to get back up there in the points in the wild card hunt. Taylor Orndorff's all but out of it right now. As well as Michael Causey, the other Evernham car, along with Dylan Young. There's Dylan Young, 5th in the standing, coming in here. The win at Richmond has him in good spot in wild card contention. He needs to have a solid run. Looking back for Causey. Causey was actually in that wreck, I believe, and he dropped out. Yeah, he finished 36th. Zohar Munn, like I said, back on the track, 3 laps down. The leaders are actually about to catch him. Here comes Trent Dunham, trying to make a move on Jack Richards. Where's that 12 car going to get put? Ooh, look out. Zohar has to go up high. Let the leaders go by. Gotta be careful, guys, around the slow car. There's Steven Gonzalez. He's running in 8th place right now. He's right ahead of Tim Freilich. Steven has had a lot of good qualifying efforts. I think I've documented that a couple races in a row now, but he started, I think, outside the top 10 this week, but he's somehow just, those qualifying efforts have been saving him this season. Because if he has a bad race, he usually qualifies well. That's probably a good thing to be good at qualifier, I guess, in this series. He's right behind another Dodge in Mike Becker. Running 8th place, solid run. Came here 6th in the standings. Looking down, Jacob Rodriguez, we haven't really said anything about him. He's in 6th place right now, 3rd in the standings with the win at Lowe's, or Charlotte, has kept him alive. He wasn't really talked about until about that win. He got up in the top 10. He's been a contender ever since, every week. And I guess since his paint scheme changed too as well. Looking down, I think we talked about every contender. And maybe except for our leader, Jack Richards, 7th in the standings coming in here. No wins, the defending champion. A lot of people know that he is the the defending champion of this series. But he hasn't really been seen that much this season. He's had his ups and downs in his car. And the heartbreak at Michigan, he doesn't remember. And he's trying to rack up his first win of the season. He had 2 wins last season. Still looking for his first win this season. Red Bell is the only driver in the Red Bull stable that has won this season. She won way back at Las Vegas, race number 3, as they're going around the slow car. Brody Banta, who has struggled heavily this season, very disappointed in his season, the 78 car, was hoping for more. He actually held up Jack Richards, who could not get the run off the corner. That was very interesting. There's Danny Wells. You can see anything going on. We're going around the slow car with Zohar Mutton. Not much passing going on now, unfortunately. And now Seth Cole's going after Ryan Duke. That is for 22nd. Seth Cole's going to lose a spot to Eric Burden, possibly on the high side. See, that bottom lane's not your best friend here. There's Dylan Poteen. He came in 25th in the standings, I believe. And he's been a struggling season for him. Didn't make the chase last season. He did in season 2. Didn't make it last season. Didn't look like he'll make it this season. Struggling this season for that 24 car. And there's Matt Wells. He is last in points amongst the drivers who have raced every race this season. I believe it's like 38. Actually, no, he's 39th. Matt Wells is just struggling season for 2017. Not very happy about it. His brother's having a lot better season so far. So there's so many Roush cars, it's hard for each of them to do good. I think there's 6, I believe, which is ridiculous. There's Liam Arvig, one of the newer drivers. He's running right now in 7th place in car number 17, carrying the Ford Eco Boost paint scheme. Having a solid run. It looks like they're caught up. They're making passes up here again. It looks like there's Sean Henley. He was 10th a second ago. I don't know if he still is. Brandon Parsons right behind him. Callum Wells on the bottom. Mike Becker. Charles Jackson's going after Steven Gonzalez. I don't know what position they've been. Oh, I see smoke. What happened? I think Ryan Juke went around with Eric Burden. There's Danny Wells. We're going to do a little quick thing. Actually, we're going to do this. Oh. They're trying to get around the slow car, Dylan Poteet. Eric Burden gets hooked by Seth Cole. Running to Ryan Juke, who backs in the wall. Damage hits Eric Burden. It's good forever. They keep it going. That really hurt Ryan Juke more than anybody. I don't even know where Ryan Juke's car went. There's Sean Henley getting a huge run on Brandon Parsons on the high side. He's going to retain 9th. And I've noticed Jack Richards is pulling away because Trent Dunham and nobody else can get around the 78 car. Brody Banter's really holding them up. Richards got around him somehow. Trent's trying to get around him and he's had a hard time. He's going to the bottom now and Brody Banter's blocking him. What in the world is that all about? Brody Banter's not even giving in. Matthew Rodriguez trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to take 2nd from Trent Dunham. That 78 car is really testing the patience of that 8 car right now. But can Matthew Rodriguez get around him now? If they're doing this, Jack Richards is leaving him. And he didn't. He could not make the pass either. I don't know what this is with the 78 car having a grudge right here with the leaders. I think the frustration is starting to build in on that 78 car. Eric Burns now back in 27th. I saw Ryan Juke come off pit road. Ryan Juke is now 30th at least. I think Zohar is about to pass him for position. There's Seth Cole. He got the position he won in 22nd, but they couldn't get around the lap car. Dylan Poteen back there now. He's 29th. Saw Ryan Juke back there. See if they got around him now. They're still trying to get around Brody Banta. They're still in the way. And Jason Marshall got around Trent Dunham. Trent Dunham's dropped back to 4th. And now Taylor Orndorff's going after Jacob Rodriguez for 5th. Now if you get stuck on the bottom, you're in trouble, it looks like. Jason Marshall's going after Matthew Rodriguez. They got to let up. And Brody Banter's really costing this field to catch Jack Richards. I don't know what's the 78 car's problem. He's not on the lead lap and he shouldn't be battling these guys. The leader's already passed him and put him a lap down. I think Brody Banter's only a lap down. Yeah, he is. I don't know what's behind that. They're going to be catching Zohar pretty soon again. But Jack Richards, he's loving this. 78 car, his best friend right now. And we'll see where he is next time by, how far he's ahead of Matthew. And they're still cannot get around, that bottom link just cannot get around that 78 car. They're faster than that car, but they just can't pass them. I don't know what's the deal on that. Sean Henley just got around Charles Jackson now, I'm not sure. Mike Becker's slipping back in the 43. He was in the top 10. I don't know what happened to him. Trying to stay in front of Emilio Navarrete. Matthew Rodriguez going after Brody Banta once again, but there's nothing he can do with that car on the high side racing that hard like he's balancing for real for a second. Sliding behind him, he has to get the draft. But look who's slipped up there, and Trent Dunham is sliding back in the 8 car. Trent just lost a couple more spots. Now he's back in 6th. He needs to get back to the high side, it looks like. Steven Gonzalez is working it now. I think really ever since he was racing too hard with a 78 car, if I'm talking too fast now, and it really cost him maybe on tire wear and everything. He has maybe too much tire wear at the moment. Now he's going to kick to the hot stuff so he can get back around Jacob Rodriguez. And look who's up there in the 4th position. Just sneaked his way up there, I should say. Tim Freilich. What a run for the 36 car. Not been talked about much at all this season. Very quiet in this series, along with Ryan Acosta. And he's up here in 4th place. Great run for him. And Steven Gonzalez is going after, oh no, that's actually Taylor Orndorff going after Steven Gonzalez. That's for 7th. And Taylor's going to take it away from Steven. Charles Jackson trying to get around Sean Henley. He will. There's James Walls back here. He got help from his team. He got help from his teammate. Well, there's 3 Roush cars racing together. Liam just helped James Walls get around their other teammate, Brandon Parsons. I don't know what that one's about. Just maybe some friendly racing back here among some teammates. Emilio Navarre, Mike Becker going after each other. Jessica Miller. There's Red Bell and Callum Wells. I'm going back a little bit. Oh, and they caught Zohar back here. Oh, look out. They're going to have to hurry and work their way around. It didn't really hold up anybody. This field is still trying to get around Brody Banta. If they can force him to the bottom, they can get around him. As Jason Marshall takes 2nd away from Matthew Rodriguez. Now he's going to cross over between them and go under Brody Banta, which is not a good idea. And no, it's not. As Brody's going to hang on to high side and position, even though he's not on the lead lap. Jack Richards leads up to 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds over now his teammate Jason Marshall, who's back to 2nd. And Trent Dunham he did get around Jacob Rodriguez. Trent Dunham's back up to 5th. Taylor Orndorff's trying to help Jacob pass Trent again. And Matthew Rodriguez is not done with Jason Marshall. He's going to try working the high side of the 29 car, the Harvick line, I guess you could say. And he's going to get around Marshall here. He needs that 78 car to go down so he can pass him on the high side. And he's going to cross between them again. And we've already seen this story about half a dozen times. It's not going to work. That 78 car, we've been focused on this battle for about, seems like 20 laps, it seems like. Jack Richards is not complaining one bit about it. Here's Eric Burton back here with Danny Wells. They're battling for 26 by themselves. They probably have to know at the front. I probably wish they were at the front. I take that back. Zach Carlson back here in 24th. Seth Cole's in 22nd. There's Zohar. Ricker Carr still battling for positions left and right. There's a good racing going on right now. Very enjoy it. Just wish he can get around Brody Banta. There's going to be a lot of drivers at the front of this field not happy with Brody Banta after this race. They're probably wondering why the hell he was racing so hard at the front, and that was a weird cuss word for me in a commentating race. But Jason Marshall now is going to try to get back after Matthew Rodriguez here. He's trying to make it 3 wide. Ooh, we'll see what this does. This could be interesting. Brody Banta just carried all his momentum, maybe more than he usually did. It really cost Jason Marshall. Tim Freilich's now 3rd. Here comes Trent Dunham for 4th. If they're going to make that 78 car go anywhere, they're going to have to pass him on the high side. I don't know what they're doing. Tim Freilich has the fender to the inside of Brody Banta. Can he keep it? No, he can't, but Tim Freilich's going to take 2nd away from Matthew Rodriguez. He's going to cross lanes again. 3 wide for 2nd. Well, technically it's 3 wide between 2 cars for that position. Look at Trent Dunham. He just took 4th away from Jason Marshall. What a run that 8 car got. Slingshot down to the bottom now. We have 4 laps to go for Jack Richards, who's just setting sail 1.9 seconds ahead, and Brody Banta is basically giving him this win here at Kentucky. The crowd probably not very pleased with the 78 car either. They're hoping to see a good race. This racing back has been pretty good despite the leader being 2 seconds ahead of him. You see the field right here. I don't think anybody's dropped out of the race since then. Jack Richards at the line that time was up by 2 seconds over Tim Freilich, and it looks like this race is going to be over because we have 2 laps to go. Trent Dunn's going after Matthew Rodriguez for 3rd on the bottom. Not going to happen. Jason Marshall, Steven Gonzalez battling for 5th for a top 5 position. Matthew Rodriguez going up on the high side. Oh, Matthew's going to get up into the 78 car. He shoved him up the track. See what happens here. Brody's going to hang on, and Jack Richards is going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go for Jack, and he was up by 2. He just only gained. He didn't even gain a 10th on him. But Jack Richards' best friend in Kentucky is Brody Banta, who just held up the whole entire field for him, basically, and he did not let him go, except he only let the leader go, which is kind of odd. But Jack Richards, for sweet redemption from Michigan, he's going to say, "Suck it, Ryan Juke. I got my win now." Jack Richards is going to take the win, his first win of the season at Kentucky Speedway. he takes the Quaker State 400. And after all that happened, nobody got around the 78. I think Matthew Rodriguez finally had a run on him too. But Matthew Rodriguez, strong run in second, could get him in the top 20 in points. Tim Fralick, best finish of the season, I believe, maybe his first top 5 of the season. He finishes third. Trent Dunham got fourth. Jason Marshall, great run for him in fifth. Trent definitely needed that. I have no idea where anybody's at in the standings. We'll have to look. That is race number 17 in the books. Jack Richards is your winner, your defending champion, picks up his first win of the season finally. Look through there. Jacob Rodriguez ended up 6th, Steven Gonzalez 7th, Taylor Orndorff 8th. Good run for him. Charles Jackson as well 9th, and Sean Henley, the points leader, got a top 10. Emilio Navarre, so close to keeping that streak alive at top 10s. He's 4 for 6 now. So close at 11th, but still 5 out of his 6 races, top 11, I guess you could say. But still, that one car has been really strong. Had he have been maybe in the car all season, but still good run. James Qualls, Liam Ervig, Mike Becker, Jessica Miller, Brandon Parsons, Red Bell, Callum Wells, Matt Wells, and Dylan Young, your top 20. And then we're going to look through the bottom of the field and point out some notables. You see Seth Cole 22nd, Zach Carlson 24th, Danny Wells 26th, Eric Byrne 27th. Brody Banta was a big story of this race. The lap car ended up only 28th, even though he was battling his guts out for second position, even though it wasn't fourth position. Just didn't want to let him go. There could be a lot of talk with that 78 car after this race. There's going to be a lot of drivers talking to him as well. You go down a little bit. Barney Ward, 33rd. He could possibly be outside the top 20 in points now, and the wild card spot contention could be in jeopardy for him. That win would mean nothing if he's in 21st or lower. And you see James McLeod took a hit in 37th. Aaron Reed, 39th. Aaron Williams, 40th. So some drivers took big hits today. And, you guessed it, the winning streak has continued. 17 races, 17 different winners. We're one race from halfway, and still no repeat winner of this season. Can you believe that? And Jack Richards keeps the streak going. Jack Richards, congrats to him and the whole defending Red Bull Racing Series champion team from last season, as they win here at Kentucky and take the Quaker State 400. I hope you enjoyed the race, and we're going to go to the post-race screen and check where we're going for race number 18. I think you all know where we're going next. Alright guys, we are done from Kentucky Speedway in a pretty good race. We had some good racing and everything going on. And that was race number 17. And we're going to our next race, which is race number 18. And we are going to... we're going back to one of the fun tracks. We're going to Daytona. We're going here for our next race. The Coke Zero 400, powered by Coca-Cola, will be our next race. We'll be back at Daytona Beach. Will the winning streak end at Daytona, or will we see another first-time winner this season? We'll find out. Make sure to check the standings in the description like every race, but don't check before the race and spoil it for yourself like an idiot. Just point that out, and make sure to comment, guys. It's been looking slow lately for some people. They're waiting too long, and I got to keep this up and everything. I know people are starting back to school, but just try to keep up best you can or whatever, or let me know if you can't. And please watch the whole race. Don't just skip to the end. It's annoying just seeing the position, nothing after that, where you finished. Kind of boring, but yeah, it was a good race. Congrats to Jack Richards one last time. And make sure to comment, guys, like, whatever, subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the race here in the Mountain Dew Race Series. Stay tuned for this in the Mopar Nationwide Series as the season winds down and the chase grows even closer and closer. See you guys next time.